Hi, Season of the Deep is here, and with Season of the Deep comes new loot to grind for. Whether that's new god rolls, new craftable weapons, or high stat armor, we've got stuff that we want. And right now, this week, there is a farm method that is just mind-blowing. It literally covers every single part of the season, including new craftable weapons. So when I say this, you need to believe me. This is the farm to be doing. It's only going to be here for the rest of this week, so the weekend's coming up. Get your boys together and start farming. So, without further ado, the farm is, as you can see in the gameplay, Last Wish. Specifically, Kali, the first raid boss. And before we get into the details of the farm, I want to point out that there's 5 of us doing this strat. So you don't even need 6, but we also did it with 4, and I genuinely believe you can do it with 3. And I'll go into detail on how to complete the farm in just a minute. At the bottom, if you want to skip down to any chapters, go ahead. But because I want to build some credibility, let's talk about what you can get from this farm. Let's start with the seasonal stuff, because as I said earlier, you really do get every important thing in the game right now from the farm. Of course, the seasonal stuff being the engrams, which is the most variable one, because you can decrypt that into all of the old Reckoning Gambit weapons that were super meta. Then you can do the new Taken Season of the Deep weapons, and then also you can focus it into armor, which is pretty high stat. And as you can see, when you kill Kali, when you complete the farm, you get engrams. But that's not all regarding the season. You actually get both types of keys, meaning while you do this farm, you're stocking up on loot for literally every facet of Season of the Deep. You can do this farm, get max keys, which is 5 by the way. It's kind of a small amount, and you'll get 5 in probably half an hour. But once you get 5, you can then go run salvages and get Pog loot by using your keys at the end of the activity, and then do the same for deep dives because you also get deep dive keys. And this is the best method that I have found in game to get all of that. But going back to the overarching topic of the loot you get from the farm, that's only a part of it. That's only the stuff that's related to the current season. There's a whole nother loot pool that you get from the raid itself, and that is, well, raid weapons and raid armor. And this season, Last Wish has had all of its loot updated, and all of their weapons are now craftable. And with crafted weapons comes the desire for red borders, and this farm definitely drops you red borders. My friends who had a bit better RNG than me, one of them already has, in a short amount of time, the Apex Predator, the new rocket, craftable. And that rocket you should definitely be looking out for because of his new perk bipod. Probably going to make a video on that because that thing seems nuts. But back to the loot we're going to get. You can get red borders. You can get red borders of everything. And the quantity with listening to my friends get their drops, as long as you don't have really bad RNG like me, is very, very common. Compared to any other farm I've ever done for red border weapons, this is it. Like, this is the farm. So, yippee, we can get red borders for this. This is the best red border farm for all the new craftable raid weapons. Continuing, that's not all. You can also get raid armor. So we're already like 3 Pog loots deep. We've got salvage keys, deep dive keys, deep engrams, the new Last Wish raid weapons and red borders, and then we get armor, which, guess what? It's a raid. It's pretty high stat. So there's like not a single thing that comes from this farm that isn't just amazing. But now that I've shown you what you can get, and for everybody skipping forward, let's show you the details on how to get it done and do it efficiently. So as I said earlier, it's a raid encounter, but you don't even need 6 people. To be honest, if you were like really good, you could do it with 2, because that's all you really need to start it. But let's talk about what you're going to need. First up is Anarchy, and some of you have probably already seen this before, and you can probably already tell I was going there with the gameplay in the background, but you need one person with Anarchy, which is the gameplay you are seeing, and then you need one person to step on the plate right under where the encounter starts, so you can have Kali teleport there. But really, the only necessary gun is going to be Anarchy, and the necessary people is one to shoot Anarchy when you need to, and the guy to step on the plate. So in the gameplay, we'll show you right here, the run. So to start, I walk up, and I have my friend, Baka in this case, step on the plate. He's going to stay there until I run over there, but my job is to wait a second and then shoot Kali with just one Anarchy. At that point, he's going to teleport to the plate that my friend walked on, and I'm going to prepare some Anarchy shots so that they'll start chaining as soon as she gets there. Once that happens, you just stick another Anarchy to her and go crazy. And you want to remember to re-stick Anarchy before your previous Anarchy shots go away, because if Anarchy isn't stuck to her on the ground, then she will just teleport. So this is a cheese, but once you've got her stuck here, you can keep her there as long as you have ammo or until she does her white mechanic. And if you're using proper weapons, which in my case, most of my group use slugs, and you can see me using double slugs, you will melt her. But once you get to the end, you'll see that she kind of sticks around, like it's a little laggy. She's got 0 HP, but she isn't dying. At that point, just back off, take Anarchy off of her, and then she'll just teleport away, and she'll come back, and she'll die. You don't even have to shoot her. But now here's where it gets interesting. Is pretty much when you see loot, if you're the fireteam leader, you can launch straight back into Last Wish. And if you launch quick enough, you'll actually just keep your checkpoint. You don't even have to start the raid again, which keeps this farm just going and chugging. And it's super quick. And that's kind of all you need to know. I recommend a tractor cannon for the debuff to make killing a little easier. And then, like I said earlier, slug shotguns. But you can use whatever you want. And remember, you can do this with probably as little as 3 people. I haven't done it with 3. I've done it with 4 is the minimum. But even with 4, it was easy. So subtract a person's damage and you'll be fine. And with that, happy farming. That's where I'm going to end this video. In the background, I'll have a full run with no commentary just so you can see how that goes. But if you want to support me and support this channel and you can't think of a comment down below farm. I think I've done that in the past, but you know, that's what this is, and it's hype, to be honest. So once again, happy farming, and if you enjoyed the video, a subscription would be super appreciated. Again, thank you guys for 5,000 subscribers, and I hope to see you around.
She has been taken, and her death is your calling.
have my thanks, Guardian.